Welcome back to the Beehive, everybody. We're celebrating the Young Gun Week. We're having the Young Gun Week, and so we're going to talk about it. Welcome back, everybody. This week we have the Young Guns in the Hive. We start off with the first show with Sarah Cords, and then we have Blake Borello, and we have the SOS team rounding off the week. So stay tuned, and we're going to start off here with Sarah Cords.
That's my way.
Her breath is like, ooh. She says she wanna dance, but she don't know how to, ooh. I'm iced out, ooh, looking like a star, ooh. Her name is Jenny, ooh, bitch don't have no panties, ooh. I'm Steph Curry, when I hit the three, I hit...
17 was an interesting matchup, with 20-year-old Sarah Cords on the pole position, possibly the first American woman to make the national qualifying event. She took second place for 2 points, ending her 0-point night and making a statement for herself. She was paired up with 19-year-old Blake Borello, alternate rider Redmond Bohannon from North Glen, Colorado, and the second wild card rider 6'3" Michael Wells had the wall.
All right, the Storm Sarah Cords back on the line. Colorado's Redmond Bohannon in gate number 2. Blake Borello from Northern California, gate number 3, and Michael Scooter Wells. 2 wild cards, and one reserve, and 1 member of the American final class. Here we go. The bump and a grind there in the beginning. Last time, let's see what happens here. Blake Borello breaks away. And the Storm Sarah Cords, talk about girl power. Storm Sarah Cords racing for Lucas Oil. Running very close in second. Redmond Bohannon. Got that hot shoe burning sparks. Gate number 3. Right now, Blake Borello. Lost a little control. I heard him go to the final lap because Sarah Cords is not letting up right now. Blake Borello breaking away from the pack a little bit more. Here we go, checkered flag. Blake Borello with the win. Sarah Cords in second. And Redmond Bohannon finishing that one up in third.
And that's your XSRA.TV live stream rewind.
Today we welcome to the Beehive the winner of that race. Do you know that guy? He was on the podium in the Best Pairs Championship with Chris Firecracker, and he was actually in that 21. He actually was the world qualifier. He was in that event, and he did a great job. And he's just an excellent rider, and we're going to go ahead and introduce him right now, Mr. Blake Borello.
How's it going?
Hey, Blake, how you doing?
Great.
Good to see you, bud. How you been?
Oh, good. Just waiting for the season to come around this year so we can get some ride time.
Oh, exactly. Any news on Fast Fridays up there? Anything?
Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything yet for this year, being it's in the fairgrounds, so it's all controlled by the state.
Yeah, too bad, huh? Well, we're going to hopefully hear...
normally.
Yeah. Well, you got to drive from Northern Cal to Paris, but it's better than nothing, right?
Oh yeah, it's way better than having nothing.
And I guess I saw you're on the program this Saturday night at Bakersfield. Is that correct?
Yeah, I am. I was stoked to see they're having a race there, and I signed up right when I saw it.
And you have a pitman, also number 27. Is he going to be with you in Paris? I mean, at the Bakersfield, Chris?
What's that? I was having a little moment there.
Oh, we got a little slow Wi-Fi going on. Sorry about that. So you're going to be there racing on Saturday? You'll be in Bakersfield?
I will be, yeah.
You got me, Blake? You hear me? Do you hear me, Blake?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. I think the Wi-Fi
It's having a little couple moments here.
So you're racing Saturday night at Bakersfield, you said?
That's all right. Yeah, I'll be racing there, and there's some good competition, and it looks like a sweet track with some nice fresh dirt on it, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
So how Renton Todd, he went ahead and he texted me just now, and he said, Blazing Blake! Blazing Blake! I can't say that 100 times.
Yep.
Oh. So, yeah, there's some good riders there coming up this Saturday. You got Billy J, and you've got I think Billy Gennaro's riding, and you got all these regulars, and you got a big field, right, with riders this Saturday.
We got Gennaro, we got the Rummels. Brock Nichols still in town, so he'll be racing, and plenty more where that came from.
Oh, you'll win, Blake. They're nothing. Don't worry about those guys.
We'll have our hands full for sure.
Yeah, they're pretty good, I guess. Oh, so well, we wish you all the best Saturday. I'm sure you'll do well. You always seem to be up there somewhere, so that's really good. And so tell us a little about yourself. Like, how did you get into racing or motorcycles? What happened?
Oh, well, I started back in 2012. I got on a junior bike and just started watching Fast Fridays a couple nights a month with my dad. And he asked me if I wanted to ride it. And I said, looks crazy. Let's try it out. And got ourselves a bike and started getting bruises and scrapes. And here we are.
Hey, that's part of it, getting bruises and scrapes. Yeah, very good. Very good. I have a picture, but I don't have it with me. Your mom, I can't show it, but your mom was carrying you in a picture. Was that your mom? I don't have that picture right now, but there's this lady, she was carrying you, and she was strong like the Hulk Hogan. Was that your mom?
Oh, yeah. That's my mother. Biggest Speedway fan right there. It was probably after main event win at Auburn, one of the handicaps.
Well, she wouldn't carry you if you were in last place, probably, correct?
No, she'd kick me to the curb.
She'd like throw you away. Get another son. Forget this guy.
You gotta find somewhere else to sleep tonight. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, go over to Renton Todd's house and sleep with him.
Yeah.
Get rid of you.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. She's cool. You got a cool mom. She sounds like fun. So anyway, so you were riding junior speedway. Who were some of the riders that you raced with in your younger days? Do you know?
Well, back when I first started, there was Luke Becker and Colton Hicks and a couple others, but they seemed to fade off Well, I raced only for 2 years in juniors, and then I took a year off before I got to the 500s because the program was a little bit mixed up.
Nice. So what did you do during the year off? Did you like just hang out and go to school and goof around?
I just hung out and yeah, getting ready. I got a 500 and I started riding, and once you get on one of those, you really don't go back.
Nice. So you're a cheater. You were practicing on the 500 when you were like 15, right?
Just when I was late 15, but I was just getting ready for it.
Nice. Very good. That's cool. And so let's see. We have some pictures here. Let's see if I can find something here. I wanted to ask you, where was this picture taken? Do you know what happened during this race? Was it a main event?
Yeah, that was Fast Fridays. I had won the handicap main event from the 50-yard line on that one. And
Nice.
Max Rummel won the scratch main event, and we shook some champagne on each other.
Very good. You guys are having some fun.
That was a fun one.
Wow. I guess.
Oh yeah, I think during that one of us accidentally knocked over a trophy. It was a party.
Very good. Well, you guys are going to have some more of those parties, I'm sure. And was this the same main event from the 50 that you won?
That one, that was probably my first year in Division I when I was starting on the 0 and 10-yard line. So those handicaps were a little more easier given from then because you start out front, and if you hold your way, you could stay out front.
Nice. Yeah, I remember those days starting out front, and then you're like the jackrabbit. You have to run fast, or those guys are going to pass you, right?
Oh yeah, if you move out 1 inch, they'll be breathing on you, and they'll move right under you and make their way past.
Exactly. No, that's true. And yeah, and you were on the podium here just a week or so ago with Chris Kerr. Tell us about that one.
Oh, that was a super fun meeting. Actually, riding with Chris, teaching me since I can remember, from almost day one, and super fun to ride with him because we know each other's style pretty good. So we're lining up and blocking and team riding the other riders, and it just came down to that semi with Max and Dylan, and I moved out just a couple feet off, and then Max got under me and put the team riding down, and Dylan got by too. So his team got second and third, and me and Chris got first and fourth, so it just wasn't enough points to make the main.
Oh, well, at least you got on the podium, so that was good, right? So
Yeah, we won the B final.
And who doesn't want to be in the final against Luke Becker and Brock Nickel? I mean, you're out there to be in the final, and you have a really good teammate, Chris Kerr. Oh, yeah, you want to be there. And I actually, Chris was really amazing that night, wasn't he, Chris Kerr?
Yeah, he comes out of retirement every once in a while, and he can still put the smack down.
Yeah, he's good. That guy's good. And he's a handsome guy too, Chris Kerr. He's a good-looking guy with that pirate shirt. He looks like a pirate, all right. Yeah, Chris is a cool guy. We really like Chris Kerr. We call him the firecracker. You probably heard that before because he rides like a firecracker. I mean, Chris is like, ah! Oh, he's good.
Yeah. No, he rides at full intensity every time.
Yeah. Chris only knows one gear, and that's full speed ahead. I mean, He's like driving that pirate ship, but he's riding a speedway bike.
Yeah, and I could tell he's got a little bit left in him when we're team riding next to each other. I was on the throttle, and he was rolling. Like, oh, you have more to give, don't you? And he did too. But with team riding, we're just staying close and tight to each other to keep others from getting around.
Yeah. No, you guys did a good job. You guys, I think I think it was your first race or something in that event. I think it was Chris. He beat Luke and Brock. Was it your first race? That was I watched the replay of that. That was really good. Remember that one?
Yeah, he beat them both. I ended up getting fourth. I didn't have too great of a start, so I just tucked in. But can't really count on those guys to make mistakes. They're on their top game.
Yeah, I mean, all those three guys are really amazing riders. So you have to really be on your A game to be on top of those guys. Which you're getting there. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, no, it just takes a lot of practice and just got to get a little bit more seat time in.
Exactly. Yeah, that's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you're developing at a really great pace. So don't worry about it. It'll just come very soon. So I wouldn't really be concerned about it. Just keep working hard.
Every year we get a little bit better, a little bit more aggressive, but never take too big of a step. Just learn one thing at a time and put it all to work.
Exactly. Like Sarah Cord said yesterday, every race I learn something new. I try to apply something new, even if it's just a very little bit. You get a little bit better. If you can do that, you're gonna really, be good, really good, like these top guys.
Oh yeah, no, I try to take something from every race, because like when you're racing with all the guys that have been racing forever, you start figuring out what tricks they've been using, and when they use them on you, it's like, oh, that worked pretty good. That got them by.
Oh yeah, that's true. And and so I was going to ask you this question. How does you and Chris Kerr have the same number, and how did you get that number? Was it like you copied Chris, or was your birthday, or what? How did you pick 27?
It was actually pretty random coincidence. Idea it was Chris's number when I was coming out of the juniors, and when I first started, I was 205, which is my birthday, February 5th. And but I guess when I came into 500s, I wanted to get a 2-digit number, so I got 27. Figured out it was his, asked him if it was okay, and since he doesn't really ride full time anymore, he let me use it.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome. That's a nice number. I like that number. I like anything with a number 7 in it, so that's really great. I like your number. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a number of speed.
Yeah, that's a good number. I'll tell you, if Chris Kerr rode that number, you would be good, using 27, because we know Chris Kerr was really just a legend in his day. How did you meet Chris? Did you just meet him at the track one day?
A friend of ours just had said something about him, and we had no idea who he was. Gave him a call, and he came out to the practice track one day, and we struck it off. And ever since then, he's been pretty much every Friday race. He'll be my mechanic, and he'll be coaching me. And whenever I can, I go down to Paris with me, and he'll do my wrench in, and because he knows exactly what my setup needs to be, and he'll tell me exactly if I need to correct anything when I'm riding.
Nice. So what is the most important thing that Chris taught you so far?
Oh, don't lean back, for sure. Because I start to get some of his habits, and he knows where they take you.
So he doesn't like you taking those lean. He doesn't like you leaning back.
That's been the biggest one because no, when you're leaning back and you put your arms out straight, it gives you nowhere to go when it finally finds traction.
Very good. Oh.
But yeah, I got that habit from riding the slick track at Auburn. When it gets blue grooved, I'll start looking for traction and I'll do the whole lean back thing. And bit me a couple times, that's for sure.
Wow. So where do you want to go with your racing? You're a pretty good rider, and do you have any future plans where you want to take it?
Right now I'm just riding in Cali and a couple events over in New York and such, but hoping to make the under 21 qualifier before I get 21. So I got this last year to make it, and I'm going to try to put in the hard work to get there because I've had 2 really close races, just almost there, 2 seconds.
Wow. Yeah, you're going to be in the 21 and under, right? So you're going to be racing. Who's going to be your competition? You have Sebastian in that particular event, and who else?
Definitely Sebastian, and Sarah's still in there, and Cunningham is in there now.
Kyle?
And some of the other juniors are coming up. Hicks could come back out and ride. There's Hicks and let's see, Scooter Wells could come out too. He's actually been pretty impressive lately.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some good competition. I know that Luke Becker is now out, Brock Nickel is out, and Dylan Rummel are all out.
Yay.
They aged out just this last year.
Yay!
But don't get me wrong. So those other guys, there's some serious competition. I've been riding with them. And Sebastian put a good show on last meeting. He actually won the B final with me and Chris on a flat tire for 2 laps.
Yeah, Sebastian's running really good. He's a good rider, and he's definitely one that would be competing for that event, no doubt. About Sebastian Palomisi is a good rider.
Oh yeah, but he's a rider I know I can go hand in hand with, and we can have a clean race together. So I know we can go all the way and give it all we got. See who can go past the finish line first.
Well, I think it's going to be between you and Sebastian for that championship. So keep working hard because you can get it. You know, if you really go for it, I believe you can.
Oh yeah, that's my goal, to go over and get a taste of Europe for at least one meeting. You know, I want to get over there. I want to see what it's like, and that's the meeting to get you broken in.
Exactly. Yeah, we need to get Steve Evans to do another dream team because we have you and Sebastian and all these young guys. You know, we have Dylan Romo, and we have all these guys that are primed to go over to England and race. And that, I know it's expensive and that things are difficult right now, but that would be fantastic to have all you young guns over in Europe showing the promoters what you got.
Yeah, it would be super awesome to be part of that because I know Chris was on the dream team and he raced over there for many years, and that's really a way to get your foot in the door as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think Chris was just a first-year dream teamer, and all the promoters said, "Chris, we like you. You come race in the British League." So Chris definitely got his foot in the door by racing in the dream team. And he had I think it was like 4 years he raced in the British League. So that was really awesome for Chris.
Oh yeah, it really paid off for him. And towards his last years, that's where he was getting his intense speed, and he was just really skilled on the bike.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. So let's see, where are we at here? You were in the California State Championship in August 25th, 2018, and we talked about that. And I guess you were in the last chance qualifier or something. What happened there?
So I believe I made it through, and I got fourth in the main event in that meeting. So I was stoked to make the main event. But the highlight of the night was getting to beat Billy actually in a scratch head to head. Often when you get to do that, quick off the line and aggressive.
So you beat Billy head to head that day on that particular event?
Yeah, I beat him in a heat race.
Nice. Well, anytime you can beat Billy J in a heat race, main, semi, anything, you're having a really good night.
Oh, of course, yeah, and it just feels killer because he's a pretty bad rider. Like he's got it going on, and but he's also one of the riders you can trust more than any other. Even though with his intensity on the track, he's not one to do something dirty unless you do it to him first.
Yeah. He knows how to play dirty if you play dirty, and I think that all the riders should not play dirty with Billy Gennaro because he will get you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think he's won like 10 United States Nationals or something like that. I mean, the guy's got the most crazy resume you've ever seen. 10. That's crazy.
Yep, he's a 10-time champ, and there's an AMA this year. He's going after 11, and we're all going to be defending it to see who can get it next.
Well, you have a lot of guys wanting that championship. You have, you have maybe, I don't know if I don't know if Brock is going to be here or Luke. They might be overseas, but you have Max. Max really wants that championship. He told me when he's on the show, his dream is to win that AMA #1. So you have, all these guys, including yourself, gunning for that title. So that's going to be really fun to see what happens.
Oh, it's always a hardcore chain of events when the AMA is going on. All the stops are pulled out and everybody's giving it all they got.
Everybody wants that AMA #1 on their back. That's for sure.
That's the best thing you can get over here in the States.
Yep. Yeah, that's the coveted one. And so so you were in the 21 and November 14th on 2020 at Paris. You ran the under 21 championships this past year, and you're a young rider. And how did you do in that particular event on the under 21?
So that event actually started off a little tough for me that day. I had some gnarly food poisoning, and so I really wasn't feeling good on the bike. The first 2 times I got on, I could barely hang on to the bike, and I think I tucked in for a third and maybe a second at the best, and then I got into the semi, and I railed it. I think I won the semi, and I was doing good. And it was the last heat race I won, but the final, it was all on points, so there was no main. And I had a restart, and I needed to beat Sebastian Palmines to get top 2 in points, to be right there with Luke Becker, and I would go overseas for the tour.
Oh.
And on the restart, I went 1 lap, and my bike ran out of fuel, unfortunately.
Oh no! No.
So I was leading the race, going on to my 3rd lap, and it just gunned down.
Oh, no.
Really hoping it was a blown motor, but when it's something as simple as that, it really gets you. Just little things.
Oh, that's a killer. That is a killer. Well, you'll never do that again, I'm sure.
That was the bummer of the night.
Oh,
no.
That's Oh, yeah. One time when I was a young rider, I was riding and my back tire, like the tire, I didn't tighten the back bolt for my back tire, and the big bolt thing came undone, and my tire fell off and I crashed, and I was like, "What happened?" I was winning the race. I look, and my tire was falling off, and
axle fell off.
I will never do that again.
Yeah, there's some super big learning curves that'll smack you right in the face when you forget to do something.
But you never do that mistake again. Oh.
No, you can just cross that one off the list because it will not happen again.
Never. If you make a mistake, whether it's fuel or a nut or anything, you never do it. One time I was racing, Blake, and I was racing Bruce Penhall in my first D1 race at Costa Mesa. And I forgot to tighten my chain guard. And back in those days, we had really heavy chain guards. They weighed like 6 pounds or something. And it flew off, and it nearly hit Bruce Penhall in the head. and he was
I don't
pissed.
think I've experienced flying across the track.
So you never make those mistakes again when you make these stupid things like that.
Yeah, that's the best way to teach you from brutal failure.
Yeah, every time you fail, you learn from those failures. You're like, I'm never doing that mistake again, and you never do.
Absolutely.
I mean, you never do. So
absolutely, yeah.
So tell us about your Kevlars. Those are pretty cool. Can you show us your Kevlars?
Yeah, I'll zoom out.
I like those.
So these ones are Team Holbein brought these ones on, and Tim Beaumont Designs actually cranked these out, the design, and they're made by SF. And
nice.
It came out really nice. Yep. Beaumont's the one who does all the graphic designing for industry racing, all their posters and such. So I knew it was going to be top notch when I got that.
That's really a bitchin' uniform, dude. That is nice.
Oh yeah, it looks really good under a glow light.
So if you bring a black light in the pits, I guess you look pretty good, right?
Yeah, that thing lights up. Me and the junior rider Nick Holbein, we have the twin suits. So he has one that's just smaller, and because we share, his dad sponsors us both, and we'll have those suits both lit up, and it looks pretty textbook under the tent.
Nice. Well, that's the first time I saw your suit, I said, that is the nicest suit I think I've ever seen in the Speedway now. I mean, I fell in love with that suit. I'm not joking either. It's nice.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Seriously, I'm not joking.
I've ever had. I've had one suit tailored before this, and then this one. But this one it's a really nice unit.
It is. Yeah, I don't know if I have a picture of your old one. It's just it's over here somewhere. Let's see if we can find some. It's this one, the red, blue, and white one. You were on a race team, weren't you, with these guys?
That was Team Monkey Butt Racing. Yep.
So you were a monkey butt, huh?
Oh yeah. Started with one of the juniors. I was the elder on the team, being on the 500. The juniors were all on 150s at the time.
Nice. Oh, so you had a bunch of young riders, and you were the old guy on the 500 on the team at probably like 16 or something.
Yeah, old at 16. They brought me on to help get things motivated with the juniors, because their dads wanted me to be on and just help egg them on, because sometimes you want to take it from somebody who's closer to your age and actually riding, and it's just, you know, go hand in hand with racers, and you can talk back, and it's like it just makes more sense when you're hearing it from another racer.
Exactly. So did you tell these riders on the monkey butts to, like, you know, to like how to behave, how to ride, you know, what to do? Were you kind of coaching these guys?
Yeah, I mean, when I was on my bike, I was watching them ride their bikes and helping them choose their own lines and pick apart how they can race and be clean and go as fast and as smooth as they could.
Good. That's really cool. And so when you raced the 21 and under this past year, you got like 6th place, and you got 10 points, which is pretty great. You know, you got 10 points that night. And the winner of that particular event was Luke Becker, and he got 14 points. So you were only 4 points off of winning, you know, of being in that event. So that's pretty close, right?
Yeah, no, it was a pretty good event up until, you know, the last moment. But yeah, I had a good jump on Sebastian in that last one, and we were going to be in second in that one. We were 11 points away.
Dang. Well, you always have next year. And if you guys want to watch the 21 and under coming up this year in 2021 at the end of the year, you might want to watch Blake Borello and Sebastian. I think these two guys are really going to be gunning it out for the championship. That's going to be fun. Are you excited about it?
Oh, I'm excited, Matt. It's more than just Sebastian and I. It's going to be a loaded main, I'm pretty sure. And all the guys are going to be fighting for it.
Yeah.
For those top points.
Who else do you think is going to be fighting for it? Who are some of the top riders you see coming up this year?
Oh, well, the Deons, they've been doing real good. I actually 2 years ago was battling with Anthony Dion in the 19 under 21, and he's a year younger than me, so he'll be in there. And Cunningham and Team SOS is pretty much most of them are under 21.
Yeah. Well, there's some good riders, that's for sure. Those guys are good. They have to all pick it up to win that. Everybody has to pick it up. You know, you have to pick it up. Sebastian has to pick it up. Everybody.
Oh yeah, no, we all put on our A game for that, and everybody's got their bike tuned up as best they can. And yeah, that's what we all wait for right there.
Exactly. So you ride a GM bike. That's your number one bike, and then your backup bike is a Jawa laydown. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, mostly up north, I'll choose to ride the Jawa feel on them. But when I'm riding the big long track, I like to ride the GM. It opens up a lot better, and it's just a smoother engine in general, and it has a lot more drive when you get the wheels in line.
Nice. So you'll be riding the GM this Saturday night at Bakersfield, I assume.
What's that last part? It cut out.
Oh, sorry about that. You'll be riding the GM this upcoming Saturday when you race at Bakersfield then.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a big, wide 8th mile bank track, and it's going to take some power, because I believe in the videos that I've seen of it, I've never been there, it's got some pretty deep dirt, so it's going to use some power and some rider skill for sure.
Yeah, I think Steve Evans made a really nice track there. I'm watching the videos of the practicing, and I saw Aaron Fox riding yesterday, and Aaron was tearing it up, and it looked like Costa Mesa out there. It was smooth as glass, and it was really beautiful. So I think you got a good track.
Yeah, it looked really good. by just watching the video, and it's a perfect example to watch. He's a very smooth rider, and he's aggressive as well. And I like the shape on that track. It's big and wide, so you're going to be turning the whole time. And just try to keep your wheels in line. Whoever can do that can have the most speed.
I don't know. I heard that track has a little banking on it. Did you hear that, or is that not true?
Oh, it's definitely got some banking. It's actually the inside of a car racing track. So usually the dirt car tracks have a decent amount of banking on them.
Nice. Yeah. Have you ridden a bank track before? Have you ridden that kind of track?
Only once. I rode in the 2019 AMA series, I believe it was. I rode the AMA series at Ventura, and that's a pretty banked track and a big track as well, and definitely a different feel. Nothing I was ever. I know a little bit more what to expect now to ride this one, so I'm excited for it because you can ride a bank track hard.
You can really ride it fast. You can drive, deep. Just don't get locked up with anybody. That's all I can say. Just stay safe. Stay out. Don't be locking up with people when you have that kind of track. Just try to keep people off you.
Oh yeah, no. That same race, Max Rummel and Gino actually had a pretty good crash into each other on that one. Going for it the first corner, locked up, and both went into the wall.
Not good. Not good. Not good. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, Victorville. You probably don't remember that track. But Victorville had banking too, and Steve Evans' track, and that was fast, and that was really crazy fast track at Victorville. Well, we have this picture of Blake, and he was in New York, and he was riding at I guess it was New York, Owego, New York, and he was riding, I guess it was the Outlaw National Championship this year at the Champion. They didn't have a Speedway Championship at Costa Mesa due to the COVID thing. And so Jason Bonsignor, he went ahead and he had this championship event over in New York. He didn't want to step on anyone's feet, but Jason went ahead and had this event. And it was Brock Nickel that won that particular event. And second place was Billy J, an amazing race between those two. And then Ronnie Corey, the old timer Ronnie Corey, he got ahead. It was a podium at third. And right behind Ronnie was that guy with that neon leathers, neon Kevlars. And we're talking with him, Blake Borello. And you were fourth place in that national championship.
Yeah, no, I'd never ridden with Ronnie Corey before, and that dude's pretty quick. And I was having some trouble with my bike out there. It was having a hard time getting hooked up, and I think he went around me 3 times in that main event. So he was getting it.
Gennaro was flying out there, and Brock was doing good too. So, and you were doing good. You had a bike problem?
You hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Did you have a bike problem in New York?
Yeah, it keeps getting off. My bike was a smoker, and at the starting line, it was definitely using a good amount of oil. And it was a loaner bike. It wasn't actually my bike. I was gracious enough to be able to just fly over there and borrow a bike. So I was grateful for that. But motor was a little underpowered compared to some of the motors I was up against. Some tuned GMs and some fresh Jawas as well. And but it worked good. I actually ended up brought my own seat and my carburetor. So it felt and ran like my bike, and everything else was the same. So it all felt the same. We're just spinning up a little bit, not hooking up and getting the traction we needed to make the win.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you were kind of like the unknown rider there, and to be in the main event and to get fourth place for being a sort of a young rider, that's really something commendable.
Mm-hmm. The year before and earlier in the U.S. Open, I actually got third in both of those.
Oh, very good. So fourth place was no good. No. No. That was.
Oh, what's that?
I said you got
cutting out.
You got third places, and then fourth place seemed a little let down, but that was still pretty good being in the main event. Anytime you're in the main event at a championship race, you're having a pretty good night.
Oh yeah, no, it's always super fun out there, and the main events are really intense because you do your, 4 or 5 races of heats, and then you have your 4 back-to-back races in the main with only 5 minutes apart between each heat or each main. So talk about wear you out. That race wears you out if you're not prepared.
Wow. So Jason makes you guys work really hard to win that championship.
Oh yeah, it's a race of endurance for sure. Whoever on the longest pretty much gets to wear the crown in that one.
Wow. Well, that race was really good with Brock and Billy. They were going back and forth. Did you like that race?
Yeah, no, it's always a good time going over there, and the guys are super welcoming over there, and there's good competition, and you get to see how all the other tracks operate. And there's actually 2 tracks over there. You race usually the Saturday night, and then that's qualifying, and Sunday is the finisher of qualifying and the mains.
Nice. Well, I have a friend on Facebook, and he writes me, and he says, Blake Borello, he stays at my house every time he comes to New York.
Oh, are you talking about Merle? Okay.
You got me, Blake?
Hello?
Hi, you got me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I guess October 16th of last year, you raced in Lynchburg.
Yeah, were you talking about Merle staying over there?
Yeah, that's fine. Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Talking about Lynchburg?
Yeah. Did you race over there in Tennessee?
I did race over there, and that was a fun event as well. Going to hang out in Nashville for a couple days and race an indoor track, which is industry is technically it's undercover, but I've never raced a fully enclosed track. It was a pretty cool experience, and that race was definitely a race of starters because it was a very, very hard track, and it was slick. So whoever made the gate in that one pretty much owned the race.
No passing, right? No passing.
Not too much, unless you're being really aggressive. But it was just it was really slick, and it's very small track.
Yeah.
So you can't get too much speed in general. You're spinning the whole time.
Uh-huh.
But I almost won the semi against Gennaro and Venegas, and I can't remember who else was in that race with me. Might have been Reese Todd, I believe.
Yeah.
I actually made a gate out of 3, which was surprising. I was next to Venegas, who was a legendary starter, and Gennaro as well. But Billy caught me on the last lap in the last corner, come in, got underneath me because I went out wide. But it was a super, super fun race. I was just glad to be able to have another race last year after all the shutdowns.
Yeah. At least you got to race there. Did you fly out to Tennessee? Did you just fly there and the bike was there or something?
I sent my bike with a caravan of Aaron Fox. He actually took several bikes over there. I took my personal bike, and it met me there. And I flew from Reno with the Todd brothers.
Nice. Oh. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. So you finished, you made the main event, correct? And that particular event, you made the main?
Yeah, I did make the main, and I got 4th in that one. I believe it was Gennaro, Dylan Rummel, and Luke Becker. We're all in the main.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, and they all made some starts. I think I was left behind at the start, unfortunately, at that one. But
well, you had pretty
learned
good
from
riders, so that was a good. You had Gennaro, Romo, and who else was in that?
And Becker.
Okay.
So yeah, you can always expect a good show from those fellows.
Man, they're good. So yeah, well, you had a good night, and you beat some really good riders that night and points and stuff like Charlie Venegas, I think, and Max Romo, Aaron Fox, Dylan Romo. You did a nice job, Blake.
Yeah, it was a pretty good meeting because I had a couple of pretty decent starts, and that's what kept me up there in the points. Got starts and tried to hold my line, not letting it by.
Yeah. Oh, very good. And so yeah, that was cool. So you're going to be riding this Saturday. You have your bike already. There's going to be no problems.
I always do my best on my prep job. I take my time and do everything thoroughly. And other than just little tiny things, every once in a while, pretty much the bike stays solid throughout the whole meeting. All we got to do is do our pressure, change our sprockets, do what we need to do to go fast.
Nice. And I guess Chris is going to be your pit man again, and he said that he's going to check out the track, and if he likes it, maybe he'll ride again like next time or whatever, whenever he feels like it. So I guess he's going to be with you this time, right, Chris Kerr?
Yeah, he should be with me. I believe he's just going to wrench this time, but he was threatening on racing, but I don't know if he got the time to get his bike back together after the last meeting, or if he had the motivation to race this one or not, or if he just wants to get the check and watch me race it and be a wrench. Because it's always handy when I have him in my corner.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that guy knows a lot. And Chris told me that he just wanted to really check out the track and see how it looks like great track, but he wants to check out the track, and maybe if he likes it, he might ride a future event.
Yeah, no, I'm just excited as anybody to see this track. And they actually held a couple practices there, but I couldn't justify going because it's about 5 hours away from where I'm at. And we have couple practice tracks local, some private ones. So I didn't bother, but I'm excited to get to race on it for sure.
Do you practice a lot on your practice tracks there?
Not really often. Kind of where I'm at, I just want to get some seat time behind it instead of just going to practice and burning up engines.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll go to a practice, usually one practice before the big main races, and just make sure everything's solid and make sure I'm feeling good and getting good starts before we go into the meeting.
Yeah, very good. And so I was talking to, we had this guy named Renton Todd. He was on our show. Have you ever heard of his name or not?
Oh, I've heard of Renton. Me and him hang out, and that kid can race. He hasn't been in the sport for long, maybe 2 years at the tops, and he's already made his way into D1 and cut his ties with D2. And he's super fun to hang around. Always the goofiest guy in the pit for sure. And you see him in the pit, you're getting a Capri Sun. That's all there is to it.
So what does he do in the pit? So what does, because I think Renton's kind of a crazy guy.
He's just always smiling and willing to lend a hand whenever he can. And he's fun as well.
I heard he wears a holster and then he gives away Capri Suns. Like he's shooting you like, here you go, partner. I got a Capri Sun for you.
Yeah, no, he'll wear his strap of Capri Suns and then go and hand him out. And yeah, it's just him and his brother do it. It's very comical. And who doesn't love a good Capri Sun? They're delicious.
Yeah, I think what's his name, Chris, Crazy Chris. He wants the Mr. Pibb too from Renton up north.
Oh yeah, that guy loves Mr. Pibb.
I guess they sell it in Northern California.
Oh yeah, no, so you can get it at some of the restaurants up here. It's great.
Nice. Yeah, if you like Mr. Pibb, you're really addicted to it, I think.
Oh yeah.
So Renton told me that you were kind of like a funny guy, and then you told me that Renton was the funny guy. So who is the funny guy between you and Renton?
I'm definitely gonna give that one to Renton. We'll joke around, but he's always got it. He's always got jokes for sure.
He's a pretty funny guy. He wore his uniform when he was on the show, and I thought that was great. Renton was hanging out, having a beer, and wearing his uniform.
When you get a new suit, there's nothing better just to wear. Like when I got this one, I just wore it around the house and pretty much wore it to bed. Suit was brand new.
Yeah. Well, if I had your uniform, I would wear it to bed too, because when I first got it, not now. No, that was cool. And so let's see. Is there any stories I forgot? I probably forgot something. Is there anything I forgot?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. But
so
there's plenty of stories in Speedway, that's for sure. You just gotta get talking to some of the guys.
Exactly. Do you have any sponsors right now? You want to talk about who they are?
Yeah, I mean, most of my sponsors are from my parents, mom and pop. We have a little business, and through some of their clients, I've gotten sponsors. Main one is Mr. Rico. He helps me out with my engines through his construction business. And I used to have gut seats made for my bikes. He makes me stickers now, sponsors me those.
Nice.
And definitely my biggest help this year has been the same sponsor as Charlie Benegas and Luke Becker is Borch. And super fan of Speedway, awesome guy, and he'll do anything he can to help and keep the sport going. and then Graham and Poppy, and then I got Paul and Elise. So you know them.
Yeah, it's these guys right here, Paul and Elise on your cover, right?
Yeah, they're from England over there. They used to help Chris, and they helped Aaron Fox a little bit. And when Kenny Ingles was riding, they sponsored Kenny Ingles as well.
Nice.
And then, of course, I run the Lucas Oil. They got the best stuff for your bike, and I've always had the best of luck with it. Great stuff, and I'm glad I've been with that sponsor for about 4 years now, I think. It's going strong. And they have great products. And Billy Hamill Racing, he's helped me out, and my teammate as well, with helps out with parts and advice and some of his personal help. And then Chris has been there since day one. He sponsors all of his time pretty much just to help me do the best that I can.
Wow. Yeah, you're really like blessed and lucky to have Chris Kerr on your side. I mean, you know, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, it's been a blessing for sure.
Well, Chris wouldn't be with you if you weren't a good guy, and so that's actually, you know, shows that you're a really good person too, Blake, because Chris would definitely not be with you unless you were a good person.
No, I mean, we'd never really argued about anything. You know, we pretty much just get along, and all of our changes that we make on the bike, we both understand it, and yeah, we just understand each other more or less.
That's great. Well, that's really awesome. So, yeah, we wish you luck this Saturday. It's coming up in a couple days here. It should be a good time for you.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a great time, and I'm gonna give it my A game. I'm riding down there with the Team Holbein, one of my best sponsors, and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna have a good race.
Do you ride the long tracks very much before, or are you not used to riding the long tracks?
Just Paris mostly, and that's really the most experience I have on a long track there. And it's a practice track that I go to nearby up here where I live, and it's got a similar length to Paris as well. It's just red dirt, but it gets you some of that speed and gets your style going.
Nice. You'll get a little more speed at Bakersfield, though, right?
Yeah. Hopefully get a lot of speed and get some good starts and see how we can do out there. I mean, everybody's eager to race that track. We'll see how it takes to with 4 riders all going at it with the same aggression at one time.
Well, the track looks really smooth so far, so hopefully it stays that way during the race.
That's what I'm hoping as well, being it's the dirt was just set in there 2 weeks ago, so we'll set how good the track prep was done. But I've seen a lot of positive posts from Steve Evans, how good the track prep's been going, and it looked really good yesterday before. So excited to get on that circuit.
Yeah, that should be great. Oh, well, I'll look forward to it. And I wish you all the luck, you know, and safe riding here this Saturday night at the Bakersfield Speedway. That should be fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I'm excited as anybody else.
Yeah, awesome. And then after that, another week or so, they have Paris back again. So you'll at least still have Paris after the Bakersfield. So you'll at least get a little racing time. So that's good too.
Yeah, try to hopefully get back into the flow of things and see if any restrictions lighten up this year and we can get back into it. That's what we're all hoping, is just to get some seat time.
Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna try to do a Northern California week next. Even though you're a Northern California guy, but we're doing the Young Guns with you. But we're gonna try to do a Northern California week next week, and We're going to get Reese Todd, and then we're going to probably have Dave Joyner, the promoter of Fast Fridays, on the show. And we're going to talk to him about what's happening with if we're going to have any racing this year at Fast Fridays. And we'd love to have Billy J on the show. So if you talk to Billy J, tell him, let's do it.
I'll see. Oh. Whoa, get out of here. Whoa.
Who do you have?
There's the Hulk Hogan of my mom. You're welcome.
Who was that?
No, that was my. Go back inside.
that was your dog?
I didn't think anybody was coming out to my shop at this time.
Yeah.
She was watching the live stream, wanted to be part of
this. Is that your dog wants to be a star or something?
Oh, it's dressed as a pirate.
Oh, very good. Oh. Well, I hope you're okay. Oh.
Yeah, I just got a spook, but we're good.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing your progress in your career, Blake. And I love your name. You have a really great name too.
I appreciate it.
I do. I love to say it. I love it.
You love blazing?
Yeah. And I like to say your name because you have the funnest name for me to announce. So I say, Blake Borello.
Yeah, well, you can say it. It's funny. Sometimes our home announcer will get it wrong. Sometimes he'll find my last name. It's I don't know how many different ways it can be said, but it's all been said at my home track for sure. We always give him a hard time for it, and it's just all fun and games.
Yeah, you have a good announcer there in Fast Fridays, Rune Dog. He's good.
We love Rooney. He's the best.
He is. He emailed me last week and he said, I want to be on your show. And I said, Rune Dog, you'd be on that show next week during the Northern Cal show. So hopefully we get Rune Dog.
Yeah, definitely get him on there. He'll have plenty of stories to tell you.
Oh, it'll be nice because I could just kick back and go to sleep during my show and then wake up about an hour later and like, oh, it's over. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be a good show.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, that guy, he's been around Speedway for a long time. He's a racer, great announcer. He's electrifying. He's really just a great person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you're lucky you have him up there at the track. So hopefully we get that track going up there at Fast Fridays. And like I say, we're going to talk with the promoter of Fast Fridays, Dave Joyner. He dresses up. I guess he wore this wig last week or whatever, and dressed up as a girl or something, like with the red hair and everything.
I think it was some Valentine's Day fun stuff for sure.
Yeah, Dave is a fun guy, and he should hopefully be really, good. And as far as the interview, and it would be kind of fun to do Dave Joyner and Rune Dog at the same show. That would be kind of fun. What do you think?
Yeah, if you could get doubles going, they definitely hang around each other for a long time. So good times will be had for sure. Yeah,
I mean, that would be fun. Maybe Rune would be talking the whole show, but who knows?
That's what he does best. That's what he's paid to do.
Yeah, he's a great talker. I've interviewed all the announcers in Speedway that are living except for Rune Dog. So I'd say, who else am I missing? Am I missing somebody? And it's really fun when you do a show with announcers because they love to talk.
Of course. What they're best for.
And they're a lot of fun. You know, the announcers they're a good time. I mean, they're cool. So we enjoy that. And I think we had Crazy Chris, we had Larry Huffman, we had Terry Ike, and I don't know how many more guys there are, but we're missing Rune Dog for sure on that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for visiting us tonight, Blake.
Yeah, no problem. I was glad to be part of the Hive for the night.
Hey, awesome. Yeah, I got to put my Bumblebee uniform on. It's back here somewhere, and I'll come out and get my ass kicked by you or something. No, I want to ride. I had an injury on my feet about 2 years ago. I broke both of my feet really bad, so I had to learn to walk again, and I had to learn how to do everything.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I fell off a house bare feet onto concrete, and I just destroyed my feet, both of them. I was in bed for like 6 months or 4 months. It was bad. So.
Hey, I'm glad to see you're up and going again for sure.
Yeah, you know, I feel like it's been a couple laps now because, I mean, I have good days and bad days, of course, but mostly good days. And, you know, I ride motorcycles every day, and, you know, I'd love to, you know, have a speedway bike brought over and spin some laps. So that would be fun. And, you know, I miss riding a lot, I must tell you.
Oh yeah, no, it's a feeling like no other getting on one of those speedway bikes.
I don't know how people can retire from speedway and then say, I never want to ride a speedway bike again because it's so much fun.
Yeah, no, it's always a blast.
I mean, even if you're not, like, if you get older and you're not a top level rider, it's still fun to get on a speedway bike and open it up full speed.
Oh yeah, old Harlan Bass used to get on him up until about 4 years ago, and he was in his 70s, I think, and he was just having the best of time.
Yeah, he's still kicking, right? Harlan Bass, he's still doing okay?
Oh yeah, you'll still see him on a regular Friday night race, just there to watch,
Nice.
hang out, be part of the racing still.
That guy is seriously, I'm not joking. That guy is like a legend, Harlan Bass.
He is, and I think his goal was racing till his number, and he almost made it there. I believe it was number 76. And he got close. I think he made it to 73 or something like that.
Nice. Well, my number is 77, so I guess I can try to get that too. Oh, it's fun. Yeah, Harlan has a big history of speedway, and he went ahead and he got the Bass brothers involved in speedway through his motorcycle racing at the Whiteman Stadium back in 1968. And Harlan really, you know, maybe Harlan wasn't the best of all riders, but he was really, you know, like, he was there at the beginning, and he inspired Michael Bass and Steve Bass, and Uncle Harlan really did some great things, you know, by where he was at, and, you know, helping the Bass brothers. He was really an inspiration to those guys.
Yeah, no, he's still an inspiration. Seeing that he was still out there on that bike, giving it laps, and just all he was doing was having a good time.
Yeah. I don't think he was the fastest guy out there, but he was having the best time out there.
Oh, hands down the best time. Got off the bike with us.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and we wish him all the best. And yeah, we're trying to get Mike Bass on the show, and Mike, you know, he doesn't do interviews very much. He's kind of a quiet guy, and we're trying to do an old timers sort of show in a couple of weeks from now. So we would love to see if we can get some old timers like Mike Bass, and Lightning Larry Shaw is living up north near you up there, and we'd like to get Larry Shaw on also.
Yeah, I wish you good luck for that. Try to get them on there and get a little taste of all the riders.
Yeah, we had like the Young Guns week this week with you and Sarah and the SOS team, and then next week we'd like to do the Northern California show. We'd like to get a couple good Northern California riders and Dave, and then we have Reese Todd, and then the week after I would like to try to do like a old timers show. We have Greg Hazarat. He was back in 1969 at the Whiteman Stadium. He was a star rider, a good rider, back at the beginning of Costa Mesa. And then I would love to get like one or two more old timers like Shaw. Maybe we'll get Gene Woods on the show and get some old timers that have been around since the early days, and kind of have a sort of a old. It's kind of nice to learn about the history of Speedway also. It's cool.
Oh yeah. That'd be great to get all of them on there.
Get the old timers on there. And I talked to Larry Shaw, and I've been bugging Larry Shaw for like a month now. And then Larry's like, I'm busy for a couple of weeks, but then we're doing the show, and I think he's home. He's in Idaho or something. And then hopefully we can get Lightning Larry Shaw, because that guy has history probably never ending. So he was a little before your time, but he was really good.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we'll see what we can do on that. But yeah, we just want to thank you so much, Blake, for hanging out with us in the Hive. In the Hive! We're hanging out, and we're just enjoying. I have my Turan. This is like a snack, so I'm going to be eating my snack after the show. Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah. So we're just having a good time. And like I say, we want to wish you all the best coming this Saturday and for the rest of the 2021 year, Blake. And
yeah, I appreciate it. And hopefully this year is going to be the best one yet.
Yeah. And we want to wish you all the best in the 21 and under championship coming up, because we're going to be rooting for you.
Thank you.
Really. We want the Blake Kerr team to do well. So we look forward to that. And
yeah, we want to definitely, we're planning on taking that one home this year.
We want you to take it home and take home the bacon for sure. And you can do it.
Yeah.
And you're working hard. There's a lot of people like yourself working hard, but you can do it for sure.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal. We'll see how we can do.
Yeah. Just keep working hard, brother, and you can do it. So we're excited. And thank you once again for joining us in the Hive, everybody.
All right.
Thank
you.
Thank you. That was Blake Borello. What a good guy Blake Borello is. That guy's a rider. I mean, he can ride a bike. Blake is just an amazing rider. And he's really one of those top young guns today. And he's going to be racing for that 21 and under championship coming up at the end of this year. And we know he's going to have a really good show on when he does that particular race. And we have that race coming up this Saturday at the Bakersfield Raceway. Should be a great time. Steve Evans is really turning a really nice little track there. It'll be fast. It won't be little. It'll be a fast track. And it'll be a lot of fun over there. And Paris has a full schedule. And it looks like Bakersfield has a full schedule too. So that's pretty cool. Steve is going to have Bakersfield, Paris. So it should be a lot of fun, really, this year. A lot of the tracks have been closed due to the COVID thing. They're state run. So Steve Evans is picking up a little bit of the slack, and he's running those shows, doing the best he can. which he's doing a great job, by the way. So we want to definitely give a special thanks and shout out to all the hard work that Steve Evans has done to keep the young guns like Blake Borello and all the rest of the people getting him some seat time. Because like Blake said, that when you go out and just practice all the time, you know, it burns your engine up and stuff like that. And like Sarah Cords, she said that when you're racing, that's when you're really developing yourself. You're learning, you know, you have the starts, you know, you have different situations on passing. I mean, you really learn how to be a rider when you have the event. So more than practice per se as you get higher level. So they want to have the seat time. And thank you, Steve Evans, for that. And so we're going to go ahead and have another show on Friday. And this time we have the Young Guns in the house, the final night of the Young Guns. And we have the Team SOS going to be on there with Kyle Cunningham, who's definitely going to shoot for the 21 and under championship. And we have Scooter Wells. And we have the whole team, all the riders, Aiden, and we have Sammy. We have all the guys at the SOS team. They're going to be here in the Hive. And we're going to have a group chat with, I guess it's the green and purple team of the SOS. It's going to be a good time. So we're pretty much looking forward to that. And these guys are pretty good. They're developing. And I think it's Lawrence. He's the team captain. He's going to be on the show talking about the team. He's got a nice little team going on. And they're a lot of fun, the Team SOS. So we're looking forward to hanging out in the Hive with them. And so thank you so much for hanging out with us. The Blake Borello Show. And Blake, like I say, is really a great talent. He has a great coach and Chris Firecracker, and just a great team. They seem like a couple of really great guys, perfect fit for each other as far as the team goes. So we're really looking forward to seeing this Saturday at Bakersfield and seeing how it goes. The track looks fantastic. So Steve Evans really did a great job. He was painting the crash walls, bringing in all the DG this past week. I mean, that thing looks good. So we're excited about that particular event at Bakersfield at Kern County, and it should be good. They haven't had Bakersfield Speedway since the Bakersfield Bandits back in the late 70s. So Bakersfield has been dark for a long, long time, but not no more. So hopefully we can get some fans out over at Bakersfield and have a really good night of racing. So thank you so much. Be safe, you guys, and have a lot of fun and get some good experience. Keep developing yourselves. And we look forward to seeing that race and reporting on it too. So have a great day. Stay on two wheels. I'm going to go motorcycle riding. I go riding every day. I love that one. And so just stay on two wheels. If you do the wheelies, stay on two wheels. On one wheel, stay on one wheel. And no crashes. That's the main thing. Stay in good health. And thank you so much. We'll see you Friday at 6 p.m. California time for the SOS team show. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to have the whole gang in the Hive. So thanks again for joining us and enjoying the Blake Borello Show. And we're going to see you next race.